Hello everybody and welcome back to Elm Creek. We are at the halfway point, episode 20. That means 20 more episodes to go to try and get 2.5 million in profit. I'm getting a little bit scared now, but I think the donuts are going to come through for us. So, you join me in July. It's just around about 8:30 in the morning. I froze time at the minute because, surprisingly, in this month, there's a lot of things to do. So we're just going to have a quick look up here. The animals are the things I need to start with first. The chickens are just holding on with food. The health is okay, luckily, but the food is, it's on the edge. Now, we did run very, very low on barley, but luckily, we are in the right month where barley is ready to go. So we're going to get that sorted. Cows, yeah, they have run out. They're pretty much, yeah, they're pretty much croaked it. They have run out, so we need to go sort them out. But if we just go back up to the fields here and have a look at that sea of orange. Everything is pretty much ready to harvest. So 57, this one just here, this is our massive canola field. That's going to take some doing. So that's ready to go. Obviously, all the canola is going to go straight into the factory and we're going to get some canola oil or rapeseed oil. We've got these two here as well, 53, 54. If we just have a look, these are the wheat ones and these are our barley ones. Now, these little ones here are canola as well. But for some reason, they're not showing up as being ready. You can see the dark green, they're right on the edge, so they're ready to turn. But they're not quite as ready as this one, so I'm assuming that's going to be next month or later today. We're just going to have to keep an eye on that and see. So yes, we've got a lot of harvesting to do, but first I do need to go look after some animals. So we're going to start this bad boy up. This is what we're rocking today. We're going to take the Anderson mixer, which you would have seen in the last episode. Now, forgive me if some information does get a little bit missed here, or I do repeat a few things, because since recording the last episode, a little time has passed in real life and a lot of other games have been recorded for my channel. So, trying to remember what I did in the last episode is a little bit tricky. So I'm sure I told you about this Anderson mixer and the donut factory, that I tweaked the outputs of them so they would hold a bit more on the donuts, because they were getting maxed out and I've got nowhere to store the donuts, and donuts aren't good until around December, Jan time, so we need it to hold on to them really. I can't store them anywhere. This thing was just a little bit too little on the capacity and I had to do a few trips back and forth to the cow pasture. So now I've just upped it to 58,800. I think it was 28 or 18. And obviously we've got the TLX, and on the back there holds 50,000 litres, which is what it comes as standard. And that holds pretty much any of the liquids. So, looking at the animals then, if we go just down here and have a quick look, you'll see that the milk is also maxed out. It's gone red. So, we're going to see if we can kill two birds with one stone here. First time taking this thing on the TLX. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. I'm hoping it's going to pull it and it's not going to completely break it. It's bouncing about a little bit. If we go inside, you can see it's a bit bouncy. Oh, popping wheelies as well. I know it shouldn't really be done, but it seems to be doing okay. So, oh, it's a little bit drifty. You can look at the fields here, all looking good. So we've got a mass harvest on today. We will get to that, but I need to make sure that the animals don't go anywhere. We don't lose any animals. I think the first things we need to start with as well, we're going to start with the barley, because the chickens need a top up, and I think, if I'm right, they are running very low. We've also got some eggs. Obviously, because we fast forwarded, I think the last episode was in April, so we fast forwarded a couple of months. So a lot of the productions like eggs and bread and all that are, yeah, they're kind of maxing out a little bit. If we go down here and have a look, you'll see the cakes and bread are both going red because they're nearly at the maximum. Cereals, everything's looking good. Now the cereals, I've started getting the honey and the raisins distributed, and obviously they've gone up quite a bit because the productions are running, and obviously the cereals aren't running because we haven't got. What are we missing from the cereals? We are missing oats, which should be, I think they're ready to do now, and corn, which is not quite ready. Oats, yeah, that's the oat field we've got up there. I think it was oats. Let's just have a quick. Yes, it was. Yes. So that's the oat field that we've got up there. So that's ready to go as well. I keep forgetting about we've got them two up there, which I'm sure was spoken about in the last episode. Here is a field of corn, and also this over here. If we go back this way and have a look, you'll see corn as well. That used to be our grass field, but I've got about what, 250, I think 300,000 litres of grass in the silo. And we've got a stupid amount of silage and a stupid amount of hay that we don't really need anymore. You know, that's just making up the mixture for the cow food. We don't need any more grass. So I decided to rip this up, and you can see I've literally maxed it. It wasn't like that. That wasn't the kind of food. It was only a bit smaller, but I've kind of maxed it out and put corn in. So we will go and have a look at that in just a little bit. First though, let's just get these poor cows some food. Now, I need to work out as well if we can actually... Do I need to drop this? I might need to drop this to be able to... I want to take the milk in the TLX, and I'm hoping it will work. But we just need to see, actually. Is this not... Oh, is this not going to let me... We just got a little bit too close to the roof there. Let's just try again now and see. Yeah, there we go. It was literally got a bit too close in. So I'm going to drop that there for now because we'll be able to use that. And I'm going to see if we can spin around. And I'm hoping we can get milk in this thing because it does take milk. But I have noticed that these cow pastures seem to be a little bit temperamental. And just don't seem to want to... Well, I can only use the feeder mixer to actually drop off the food. It won't let me do anything else with it. Now, let's just see if we press it. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. That one. There we go. Look at that. So it is. Now, I think the mistake I keep making with the milk is I'm expecting to see like a trigger come up at the bottom. You know, a bit like on the food, when you go to the food, it sort of like tells you to tip it. I'll keep thinking when we drive past the milk, we should get a trigger to say, like, accept milk. But it doesn't. You just have to press it. I'll keep forgetting about that. So we've got 20,000 litres of milk. I don't think we need to do much with this at the minute. I think everything like the cake, the bakery, you know, for cakes, the dairy, it's all doing okay for milk. So I'm going to just simply go and store this in the silo. I know it's not quite realistic that. You wouldn't store it in that kind of silo. Wouldn't last long. But we're gonna do it because this is Farm Sim and it does allow me to do this. As long as you don't roll the truck. I keep forgetting this truck is... Oh, that was quite convenient. I keep forgetting this truck is so light and it rolls very easy. I'm just not used to... I'm used to the tractors that don't seem to roll at all. Right, let's just go dump this in here. And then, I think, if we have a look... I think that's pretty much everything we need to do. We need to sort out barley, obviously, for the chickens, but then we need to harvest that. So, yeah, cows are looking good. I can't remember if it was the last episode or off camera. I think it might have been off camera that I actually maxed out. I don't know why. The cows didn't seem to be reproducing. Like it says when you get to 18 months, they can reproduce. Well, we're at 20, as you can see, 20 months now, which are the newer ones, 22 months with the older ones. Nothing was happening. Now, whether that's, again, something, a little issue with the cow pasture, just not recognizing, and it just wouldn't work, I don't know. So I went and just sort of maxed out and bought the cows, so and that's why we've got like 2 lots of 20. So 40 odd in each one, max them out. You can see the new chicken coop, they've reproduced, and obviously they've now got the 360, which is the maximum the coop can have. Now, the only thing I did change is I changed the honey and the bees. So the units look the same. But it was a mod that's just come out. And it seemed like it had a better quantity. Because I noticed that the honey was just not... It wasn't, like, coming out. It wasn't producing very quick. It just seemed very slow. And also because we've got the cereal factory, I've got a feeling the cereal factory is going to just absolutely chomp through it. So I wanted to sort of sort that out. And I wanted to see if we can try and get some, like... I was going to put some more bees, like beehives down and see if we could sort of get some more that way. But then I saw this and I couldn't work out what was different because it's exactly the same. But the only difference is it's treating it like a production. So if we go in here and have a look, you can see it's working like a production. I'm not sure if that's meant to say that or if that's actually like a typo. I'm sure it's meant to say honey, but you know. So what you do is you actually buy the bees like you would chickens, cows, you know, the animals, you buy them. And it seems like as time goes on, they drop off, which I suppose is more like real life. You know, they don't live forever. So they're making it look a bit more realistic that way. They are dropping off. You start at 1,000 litres. I'll be honest, I'm not sure where you buy them from. Apart from this menu has got a buy option. So as you can see, get 187 litres for just over 1.5 grand. So that's the only way I know how to buy them is from there. I don't know where you get them from. But I got 2 of them, and they 1B does 50 litres of honey. And that's obviously distributing straight across to the cereal factory because that's the only thing that needs it, as you can see. So far, I think I put these in while we were still back in April from like the last episode, but it was done off camera. So in the couple of months or so that we've gone forward, nearly 20,000 litres. There is some in here as well. I think we've still got some honey in here, or it might have actually... I might have distributed it across. Yes, I did. I set this to distribute because we did have some in here. Yeah, there you go. See, it's set to distributing. Just thought get it all across into the cereal factory. But yeah, they're definitely a lot better. So, you know, if you've got beehives and you want to, you know, the honey's just not producing as quick as you want, swap it out for these. Again, look exactly the same. The difference is you just got pallet spawn in there. You got tips here, and you can obviously go into it here like you can any kind of production. That's the only difference. You just might have to give a bit more room for these round. But it seems a lot better to giving more. It's what we want. So let's go get the combine. Let's go set up and just see what we got. What am I going to actually start with? I think it's a good idea to start with the barley. So we're going to do the 2 barley fields first because them poor chickens need topping up. And we haven't got much at all. So let's get set up and I'll see you at field 50. So we're all set up then and the straw swath is enabled. Because again, I mean, we've got a lot of it, but we might as well pick it up. It'd be silly not to. So we've got the big hoover, so we can hoover that all up. Hopefully we'll get a nice amount off this. I'm hoping they've yielded pretty well because the poor chickens, we need to stock up. I think we're around about 800 litres in the old silo still of, oh no, 948 litres. So yeah, not much. So these 2 fields should be more than enough. Got 2 wheat fields there. I'm just trying to work out. We need to... Oats is the best ratio for the flour, for the grain mill. But wheat, we've got 2 big fields there. We need the oats for the cereals. So what I'm going to do, I think, with the oats is I'm going to... Obviously, we've got to harvest them. I'm stuck on the swath. The swath is massive. I'm going to harvest them. But then I think I'm going to sort of fill up and see. Does it actually tell us in here how much it will actually take for this in the cereals? Let's go right back to the top for the cereals. So it takes 60,000 litres of oats. Now, what do you think? Do you think that field's going to give us more than 60,000 litres? Do we use the rest of it? The flour? Do we get that going again? See, this is the thing of like trying to work out what's best to do. Or do we put that in storage? Might be best just to put it in storage and see, because I don't think anything is like low on flour at the minute. I think all the productions are doing okay. These straw swaths are massive at the end. But I think, yeah, probably put it in the silo is best. At least if it's in the silo, we'll store it, and obviously we can then decide what's best to do. I think that's probably going to be the best way for now. So 1 headland around, and this has yielded very well. I mean, look at this. We've not even completed it. We've not even managed to get 1 headland around. My word. That's 14,500 litres. We're going to go across to the TLX. And I think we're going to pick up this, because this will hold everything. We don't need... Well, do you know what? It holds 50,000 litres. Is this going to be enough? Let's just see. I'm hoping 50,000 litres should be enough. But we have got the big belly dump there, which holds 100,000 litres. But 1 headland. And we've not even managed to... Well, we've not even managed to complete 1 headland. That's 14,500 litres. Thing is, this thing's sort of... It's small. Look at that. Compared to this vehicle. Look at the size of that. My word. So we'll be able to dump this straight. If it gets too full, we'll just go dumping in straight for the chickens. So let's just drive under here. There we go. Harvest is underway. So that's one full load then in the little truck. So let's carry on and see. Is it all going to fit? I'm not so sure.
You ain't got enough of this fever, I know, I know. Nothing would remain and you don't wanna go, so go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end.
So it's all starting to go pretty nicely. Things are looking good on this field, although I keep doing little question marks everywhere with the straw. But then I kind of realised I started doing it neat to start with, and then I realised, do you know what? I don't actually need to. We're not baling it. We're just getting the hoover with the big arm, so we don't have to worry. You can pretty much go anywhere. Look at that. Oh, just got that in. Now, I must admit, I'm quite impressed, actually. This is quite a good yield we've got off here. A few times I had to go in empty. Let's just open this out and let's put it in, and let's just go and have a little jump into the TLX and see what's going on. See what we actually got in here. A little bit tricky to always gauge that. Let's have a quick hop out. Let's jump in here, see how we're looking. Ooh, we're not looking bad, actually. So we just hit 50,000 litres now, so it's obviously not 50,000. It must be a little bit more. Maybe 80? I thought it was a 50,000 litre capacity, but, you know, actually that's better. I was a little bit worried it was not going to hold enough. But this is perfect, this is. So I think we've got enough to get us through the winter then for the chickens. 58,903. So let's just quickly go and nip and put some food in the chickens then before they pass out. Pop this up in here. There you go, chickens. Nice food. I should have gone right. Oh, we nearly had it over. This thing's very unstable. But it's unstable, but it's very quick, very nimble to get about, and you can just park it in any way, like not like a normal traction trailer where you'd have to reverse it round here. And the smoke coming out the exhaust as well. So let's go put this in here and save this for a rainy day. So these canola fields, they look ready to me. We go across the grove, you see that they're right on the edge. If you run across, it will say, yeah, you see, still growing, but it's 8 of 8. It's literally on the edge. So what I'm going to do is actually unfreeze time, let the productions carry on, and hopefully later today this might become available. If we just jump out here and not walk into the header, if we just go and have a speed walk over here. This, watch your feet. A bit wet. This is the canola. So this is what it should look like. Look at that. Right, okay, so I love the animation. It looks very prickly as well. Oh, while we're here, this is the cornfield. So we've got a way to go yet. 3 of 6. But it's a fair size. Let's go into the sky and I'll show you. So let's take a look and see. So you can see from last time when I showed you this and we looked at the grass field, wasn't quite this big. It didn't come right round here. But I ploughed it all up off camera. And I had to sort this edge out here as well, because it went a little bit far over, and I realized it was a bit of an issue up here. So we decided just to level it off here. But yeah, that's a field and a half of corn. Now, so the corn is going to go for the cereals. But again, it doesn't have to. We can just keep it stored in there. We can store it in the silo. Honestly, this is canola. My word, look at that. That's a size and a half there. Something tells me that's not going to fit into the oil mill all in one go. Obviously, we've got a little bit here because we needed to. I am tempted. There's a pallet production we can get. And you put trees in, obviously you put logs in, and it makes pallets and it makes wood chippings. I'm not sure what we can do with the wood chippings apart from just sell them. But the pallets get produced quick and are good money. So I'm very tempted to sort of maybe use this, flatten this out, and put a pallet production on here, and then maybe use some of this and see if we can try and, like, I don't know if we need to plow it up, but plant some trees on here. Because there isn't really, I know there's trees about, but there isn't going to be many what we could actually use for this. And then we could lease one of the big cutters. I did say I wasn't thinking of doing any form of, like, you know, logging on here. But it's another money maker, so watch this space. It might happen. This is our oat field, and obviously this is the other little cornfield that we've got. Again, it's not quite as big as the one we've got, but I needed to put something in that one. That one over there, the only thing I could put in at the time was corn. Nothing else I could put in. I just missed oats. I really wanted to do some more oats because oats are great for the grain mill. And obviously cereals take them. So, yeah, I'm not sure if... I don't think it's all going to fit in the cereal factory, but then I don't really know whether to use the rest of that for flour or just stick with the 2 wheat that we've got over here. I'm not sure. Well, let's get from the sky. Wheat harvesting we've got to do. So I think I'm going to start here and I'm going to go around this way because it's going to be a little bit tight now. We've got the cow pastures there to actually get along. So I think if we go this way, we'll dump the straw again. Not that we really need it. We're going to go straight across and we're going to keep going around these because they're both the same. Now that would have been interesting if I got it wrong and they weren't the same. Well, I'm glad they are. So we'll go straight across here. Pick it up. Back it up pretty quick. So not to build up too much straw. Drop it down. And we'll keep going around. Now this looks like it's yielded pretty well as well. Already, just that little bit. We're up to nearly 40% now. So I think I'm going to put this in because wheat... I don't think any production needs the wheat. So we might just dump this in for flour. I know it's not going to be the best ratio, but because now we've got the cereal factory, oats are more important for that. I don't know how quick the oats go, so this is still going to be a bit of a learning curve for us all. Well, especially me anyway. Oh, I'm stuck on my own straw. There we go. So I think I'm going to start off filling it up, fill the cereal factory up with oats, and then we'll see how long it lasts. And if any spare over, then we could put it in the grain mill. We'll just see how the actual... I mean, we could store it in the silo, actually, and just sort of keep an eye on it and see how the actual cereal factory gets on, really. Does it absolutely chomp through them, or is it going to be quite slow? If it's going to be quite slow, then we haven't got anything to worry about. So the wheat harvest is going pretty well then. We are nearly done here. Just a couple more runs to go. I think I am going to take this up to the grain mill, and I'm going to use this. Like I said, I know the ratio is not quite as good as it will be for oats. But I think it's 150 to 120, so it's not bad. But having a look at the productions then, the bakery is very low. It's gone red on the flour. Still got a few thousand litres. I think it's got about 7,000 litres in. And same with the donuts as well. Still got about 7,000 litres. But it's in the red. So it is needed. They are needing some flour. But I think this is going to be the best option. Then it leaves us all the oats put in the cereal factory, depending on how much we get. I mean, I'm sort of saying that, you know, I wonder if 60,000, you know, is it going to hold all that field? But then it just depends if it's yielded as good as these, or could be better, it could be worse. I mean, we've got 2 fields here. I don't know, is that oat field bigger than this? I'm not sure, actually. It could be similar size. And I don't think we've hit 60,000 litres on this, but then it do oats yield better than wheat and barley? It's like, I don't know. This is the thing, you see. So I think that's the best option. We'll put this in because we can get this straight in. We'll run this straight up to the grain mill, get it going, and get the wheat. We'll get the flour producing from the wheat. And I will save the oats for the cereal factory. Keep it forward just a little bit. There we go. Let's just tab across and have a quick look in here. Yeah, you see where it was 57, 58. We're still under 60,000. Just gone 60,000 now. So it depends whether if oats yield better or not. The 63,219 from these two fields. So if the oats are anything similar, it would nearly all fit in the cereal factory. But then we don't know. That might last a couple of years. We just don't know how much or how quick it's going to get through. So let's run this up to the grain mill. We can get our production back underway. Try not to roll this. I keep forgetting it's not very stable. Let's get this in, then we can go into the menu. We can activate this then. Get the old wheat going. Activate. That's going to distribute straight across then, and hopefully it'll go between the lot. We could... Do we actually go and put it on... You know what? Let's just have a quick look and see, actually. The cake, I think, has been deactivated. Because it seems to be, like, taking it all. Donuts are really the priority at the minute. So I think we'll leave it on donuts. Let that just fill up as much as it can. Cakes. Cakes are very slow. Or do we set it to store them when we come up in the wagon? Donuts, I think, are our biggest money maker, but then cakes are quite good as well. Yeah, I might actually go on and actually store this. We store it. We've got 30,000 litres. We can pick it up. We can put it in the pallet warehouse, and then we can sort of split it. If we put it into the pallet warehouse first, it will let me then actually distribute, because here we're just going to fill it full of, you know, basically I think the wagon holds 50 pallets, I think it is. So if we just fill it full of, like, whatever we get from here, and then we can take it across to the pallet warehouse, and then we'll be able to sort of split it down and just get the pallet warehouse to spawn back whatever pallets that we want. We'll just sort of take some, because the bakery isn't going to take much. The donut factory is where it is. So we'll take a few across to the bakery and sort of fill that up again. I think it was... Yeah, it's only sort of 9,000 litres. So it won't take much. Then we'll just put the rest in for the donuts. Now on the way across here, it was quite an interesting drive. I lost control here and nearly ended up in the little stream there. Managed to stop it going over. But it's very unstable. Very tricky to drive, and it does go fast, I know. But I just cut across the grass here. That's what I did last time. Shortcut. It is quick. I just wish you can just see a little switch like this, and it'd be... Oh, it's over. It's on this route. Oh, we're facing the right way still. What happened there? I love how we didn't roll with it. That was weird. I'm so glad that I was recording when that happened. Right, so how have these... let's just go and have a quick look. We need to spawn some more bread and cake here. It's running out of space. These still haven't quite gone yet. I've got a feeling they're going to be tomorrow. So I'm going to have to tackle that today, I think. And then we're going to have to sleep and see. They might appear later today. But I've got a feeling it's going to be tomorrow. So I'm going to start here then on the canola. We're going to see how much of this we can fit in the truck. I'm not sure. I don't think it yields quite as well as the oats and barley, which, as you can see, it doesn't look to be going up as quick. It's still going to be a fair amount. And obviously we get no straw from this one. There used to be in FS19, there used to be a mod that did like canola straw and corn straw and I think soybean straw. Oh, we're going to have to try and go back for that little bit. Slightly uneven ground, which is just the head has caught the ground and not managed to get the crop. So after looking at all this, and I'm so glad that I have got a pallet factory, a little pallet warehouse, because the olives that we got produced a lot. I mean a lot, and it's keeps filling up the mill. And obviously now we've got canola's going to be doing it as well. Yeah, I'm just so glad we got somewhere to stash our pallets. So we got one sort of nearly headland round, and we're at 66%. Not bad. I mean, this massive field. But the good thing is this is going to make a lot of oil. A lot of rapeseed oil. Think about the money. Oh, the end of the year. I'm not sure when the actual oil's the best sell, but the end of the year is going to be a nice profit. So one headland's nearly filled the combine then. 91%. So we'll jump into the little truck. We'll unload this. And we'll crack on and get this done. The first unload done, so let's carry on. Let's get this done.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all those lonely nights and heartbreaks. And I feel misplaced without you. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to, never wanted to end it like we did. I guess shit happens for a reason, but it's like something feels different from back then. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to, honestly I'm open wide. I don't feel like waking up without you by my side. I still see your silhouette. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to your bedroom?
So we're doing pretty well here on the canola field. I kind of forgot I'm halfway down. It's not bad, but I must admit, it doesn't seem to be... yield seems okay, but there's a gap in the middle. You can see if you look at the little map at the bottom. The green is good, but the yellow bit in the middle is quite a lot of it actually, and it is very poor. So the yield's not as good. Now, I don't know if that's because we bought the field with it already in. Was it not treated properly at the time? Maybe we could like improve that, so then next time the next yield on whatever we put in here will be a lot better. You can just see, look at all that yellow on the map. Not good at all. We'll be able to have a look as well, see what the yield looks like. Let's just stop this here and have a quick little look and see what kind of yield we're getting, but it's not looking brilliant. So obviously, yeah, the nitrogen, we're going to have to sort that out. Yield, you can see these here, 50, 51 went pretty well, but you can see 53. It's a bit in the middle here across both of them. Oh, actually, no, sorry, my bad. 53, that was the wheat one. So that'll be why this looked like it was doing quite well and filling up a lot, and this wasn't as good. Down here was good, but yeah, if we look across here, you can see this little bit around the edge here, I'm guessing is going to be quite green, is looking pretty good, but this bit in the middle, quite poor. This wasn't too bad, which is why it started out okay, but yeah, this looked bit shocking, that, isn't it, really? I don't know if that's because it's not been treated properly, and if we treat it a bit better, then maybe might be okay, and we might get a better yield off the next one. You can see here, this is the yield that we did on the grass. So that was what the grass was, that bit you see there. And obviously the bit around the edge, this here, is now where the sort of the current field is for the corn. So all that little bit there I've added on by ploughing it out. It's obviously not going to show yet because it's not, that hasn't technically been yield. That wasn't part of the field, but it is now. So hopefully when we come to harvest that one, we should get a look and see. Hopefully it should be a good yield on that one. Now, I'm guessing it will be better, I'm hoping, because I actually planted that one myself. This one, like I said, we bought it with the crop already in. We bought the other one with the grass already in, so maybe if I'd actually planted the grass myself, we might have got a better yield. But I mean, 250,000 litres roughly I was getting on the grass. I don't think that's bad at all, is it? We're just going to see what the total is here as well. We'll get to the end of this one. Can we fit any more in? Oh, we'll see if we can try and get that a little bit of the curve there where it missed. Just might need to go, we'll go downhill a bit on that one, I think. If we go up here, turn, drop the header and go downhill. Yes, there we go. Just you know, the kind of curve. I don't think we're not going to get us all in here. It's going to be very close. We're going to have to come back for just a little bit. See if we can try and get to the end or nearly to the end. I don't know if we're not going to quite do it. Nope. There's just a little bit to come back to. So that's the last little bit then from the combine, all done and dusted. It's, well, let's just turn this off. Let's go jump across and have a look. 57,200. Couldn't have rounded that off any better. So, for the size field, it's not bad. I'm a little bit disappointed in the size field. I really thought this was going to be a mega high figure. But then is that just canola just doesn't yield very well? Or is it because we bought it already, like, planted? If we plant it ourselves, will it be a better figure? Maybe that could be a good little test just to see if we actually go and plant canola in here ourselves. Are we going to get a better figure? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not too bad because it's still 57,200 litres of canola in a field that we haven't had to plant. So we've got a big field that we can, you know, I think that's going to be cracking for oats. Oh, I've gone past it already. Oh, you see, we've had to spawn some of these because it was running, nearly maxing out on the, is that olive oil? I think it is olive oil, isn't it? So let's put this in here. Let's go into the menu and we'll go down to productions and we can activate. I don't think we have actually activated. This is the first time we're going to be activating the, what ran out here? Oh, water. That's the first time that's run out of water. But this is the first time we're going to be activating canola. And it's got 144,000 litres, so it will all fit in here quite easily. Let's activate that. That's going to be storing. Beautiful. So there's some pallets to go around and pick up. We need to sort out the combine as well. That needs a bit of a bath. We'll go back this way down the road. I was going to go back through the field, but there's just no need really. So we just got to wait till the next month then for the other little fields to ripen. Now I did plant them myself, so I wonder if they're going to be any better. What we're looking like at the bakery as well. I think I've had to spawn some stuff there. Yep, it's bread was maxing out. I think cake was as well, or nearly. Well, it's been a good and busy day. Got a few little bits to tidy up, so I'm going to sort them out. I'm going to get the straw. But I think we are going to wrap this episode up here. Halfway through. And halfway to our 2.5 million profit at episode 40. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and leave a comment then if you are liking this episode or liking the series. And leave any suggestions in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.